Good afternoon and welcome to the 58th of our 365 short Bible studies, which will take us right through the Bible in a year. We are at the moment looking at the ancient sagas of the Old Testament. We're looking at particularly at the group of sagas that start with Abraham and end with the Exodus. And at the moment we're still in the story of Abraham. And today God tests Abraham's obedience, and we're reading from Genesis chapter 22, verses 1 to 14. After a while, God called Abraham and gave him a test. God said, Abraham. Abraham answered, yes, I'm here. God said, I want you to take your beloved only son Isaac to Moriah. There on a mountain I'll show you. Sacrifice him to me. So early next morning Abraham cut wood for the sacrifice, loaded his donkey, and took Isaac and 2 servants with him towards the place God had mentioned. On the 3rd day, Abraham saw the place in the distance. He said to the servants, Stay here with the donkey. The boy and I are going over there to worship, and then we'll come back. Abraham made Isaac carry the wood. He carried the knife and the fire. As they walked, Isaac said, Father? Yes, my son, he answered. I can see you've got the embers and the wood, but where's the lamb for the sacrifice? Abraham said, God himself will provide one. And the 2 walked on. When they came to the place God had mentioned, Abraham constructed an altar and laid the wood on it. He tied his son up and put him on top of the wood, and picked up the knife to kill him. But the angel of Yahweh called from above, Abraham, Abraham! Yes, he replied, I'm here. Stop, don't hurt the boy. You have proved that you honor and obey God, because you did not withhold your son from him. Looking round, Abraham saw a ram that had entangled its horns in a bush. He went and got it, and offered it as a burnt offering instead of his son. He named the place Yahweh Jireh, meaning Yahweh notices and provides. This little horror story is evidence that human sacrifice did indeed take place among the Hebrews at an early stage of the settlement of Canaan, and may well have survived in the text because its editors sided with kings like Hezekiah and prophets like Micah around 700 BC, who were still trying to stamp it out. Setting the story back in the time of Abraham 1300 years before certainly will have given it some weight. The origin of the story is probably quite ancient and is crucial in the development of Abraham's understanding of God. It was a test, and it demanded exactly what Islam today demands: complete obedience. At a similar testing point, Jesus asked his disciples, "Who do people say I am?" And then, "But you, who do you say I am?" He praised Peter for his insight that Jesus is the Son of the living God. But then within seconds, he was calling Peter Satan because he would not accept that Jesus would have to pay the price he did to save the world. In our story today, Isaac escaped unharmed and became the ancestor of a large family, the 12 tribes of Israel. Jesus, however, died on a cross, and Peter had to learn a different kind of submission. Abraham's perfection was not available to Peter because we now knew that we are all sinners. Peter had to submit, as we do today, to knowing ourselves to be imperfect, yet nevertheless being loved and forgiven. Well, tomorrow we visit Isaac, Abraham and Sarah's son. In tomorrow's reading, he is now an old man, and the rivalry between his twin sons, Jacob and Esau, is what we shall see. See you tomorrow.